A Plaguelands Media production.
Hey everyone, Hugh from Plaguelands Media here, bringing you another book review. This time, I am looking at World of Warcraft, the Ultimate Visual Guide. World of Warcraft is near and dear to my heart. I played it for many, many, many years through many of their expansions. So I'm just really not going to be treating this as a book review, but just as a retrospective of my time playing the game as things come to me while going through this book. So let's get straight into another episode of... So here we have the World of Warcraft Ultimate Visual Guide. I used to play World of Warcraft back in the day. I've had an on-again, off-again relationship with it. I played Vanilla WoW. The Burning Crusade. I was actually living in Korea when the Burning Crusade came out. Wrath of the Lich King, my absolute favorite expansion for the game. And then I kind of stopped with Cataclysm. Got back into it with Warlords of Draenor and I believe Legion. And then got out of it again and, so on and so forth. But I have so many fond memories of World of Warcraft. I've made friends in the game that I'm still friends with to this day. Frankie, I'm talking about you, baby cakes. My friend Jake over here in South Korea, I introduced him to a lot of my friends in Australia that played. And all in all, it was a fantastic experience for me, especially when I had first come to South Korea, living in a foreign country, not really knowing anyone. And yet I still had all of my friends online that I could talk to and play with, and we could do stupid shit like the naked arena runs, for example, or having our alliance characters run through Orgrimmar completely in the buff just to try and get to that dungeon that was in the center of the city. Just weird, stupid fun like that. So when I saw that they were releasing the Ultimate Visual Guide, I'm like, why not? Because not only do I have fond fucking memories of that game, but the lore of World of Warcraft, going back to the RTS games, Warcraft, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, heck, even Hearthstone, the lore is so rich. So I ordered this ages and ages and ages ago. Let's do a little bit of a deep dive, shall we, people? Look at that art. The Blood Elves first came out in the Burning Crusade. I had a Blood Elf mage called Fealthas, named after the Dragonlance mage, the White Dragon High Lord, I should say, who had the Orb of Dragonkind. Just stepping away to get my beverage. That is some good beverage. I'm just going to... hold on. Let me just sort this out a little bit. Okay, let me just fold that again. Okay. Now we're talking turkey. All right. So we have our introduction, the Chronicles of Azeroth, so the timeline. We have all the Alliance stuff, the Horde stuff, the Pandaren stuff, which came out in Mists of Pandaria, which was an expansion which I thought sounded fucking stupid. How wrong was I on that? Heroes and villains, behind the scenes, and so on and so forth. So, Illidan Stormrage, one of the most tragic characters in World of Warcraft, if you can actually believe that. One of the things I do have to mention is, even though I'm not playing the game anymore, I still purchase all of the novels that build upon the lore of Warcraft. And the reason I do that is because the tie-in novels for World of Warcraft are incredibly well written. They are fantastic fantasy stories that just build upon characters that you meet in game, that you know about, that you see. Very well worth reading. Okay, so here we have the world of Azeroth, the different realms of Azeroth. You have Kalimdor, where you start if you are a Horde player. Orgrimmar, Thunder Bluff. One of my fondest memories of World of Warcraft is playing a Tauren Shaman back when Shamans were not considered all that good. I actually did it in Guild Wars too when I was playing a Mesmer in the original Guild Wars when everyone said Mesmers weren't all that good. Yeah, we have Northrend, where Wrath of the Lich King is set. We have Pandaria, where Mists of Pandaria is set. The Eastern Kingdoms over here, where you have Stormrend. Undercity, right here, where the Undead start. My very first character in Vanilla WoW was an Undead. I think it was an Undead Rogue. Silvermoon City, where the Blood Elves begin. Gnomeregan, Stormwatch. Oh, man. Ironforge. Oh, it's bringing back so many awesome memories. Then we have the Outlands here, which is really cool. So we have the Horde and the Alliance. The races of Azeroth. Human, Worgen, Gnome, Dwarf, Blood Elf, Forsaken, Goblin, Orc, Tauren, Troll, Pandaren, Draenei, and Night Elves. Okay. What is my favorite race playing World of Warcraft? I'm going to have to go with Tauren as my favorite Horde race. My Tauren Shaman with his Ghost Wolves. Oh, man, I still have the soft spot for that shit. My favorite Alliance race, the Draenei. I loved the Draenei starting area, if only because you could get from level 1 to 20 without even leaving the starting area for the Draenei. It was just friggin' awesome. I also loved in the Warcraft movie at the very beginning, you can actually see some of the Draenei in the cages. Really, really cool. I like the Worgen starting area. Never really got into the Goblin starting area. Humans. I never played a Gnome. Forsaken, that's the Undead. The Pandaren starting area was really cool as well. I did have a Pandaren Monk. I was actually trying to learn how to be a healer using the monk, healing in dungeons. I got to about level 30 or 35. It's very, very difficult. So my hat goes off to any people out there that are playing the healers in World of Warcraft. You guys are fucking awesome. Never played a troll. Night Elf was really cool there. Starting area. And Darkshore before Cataclysm, of course, when their starting city kind of burnt. Great starting area, some really good quest chains in there. Oh man, this makes me want to play World of Warcraft again. Okay, Dalaran. Oh, what a great city in Wrath of the Lich King. Dalaran was cool. Karazhan. I never got to do the Karazhan raid, but with power creep, I did go back and do as much of it as I could solo. On my, I was using a Dwarven Rogue of all things, and that was really, really fun. The Well of Eternity, the World Trees, the Nexus, the Emerald Dream, and the Dark Portal. Man, when the Burning Crusade came out, was the Dark Portal an awesome place to hang. Holy crap. Okay, Druidism, Fell Magic, Shamanism, magic weapons, necromancy, and warlocks. I never played a warlock in the game. I wasn't that drawn to that play style. I did play a regular mage. But I have to say, my all-time favorite, I never really played a druid either. But I love the concept of the druid. I love the idea of the druid. I was a shaman. My love in World of Warcraft, I would always go back. If I picked it up right now with that dragon expansion that's coming out, that looks just fucking amazing. If I picked it up right now, I would start at level 1 shaman all over again. Absolutely loved shaman. Paladin was fun to play as well. After I got into World of Warcraft, and I got into World of Warcraft through my brother, who was already playing it, and he thought I might like the game. So he actually bought me a copy, but I paid for the subscription. After the undead, my undead character, my first alliance character was a human paladin, and at the time I didn't know what skills to pick, how to build it, so I was pretty fucking useless. But man, was it fun running around as a paladin. Wow, technology. So the gnomes and the goblins. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Legendary weapons. Frostmourne, the blade of the Lich King. Ashbringer, Charlemagne, the blades of Azeroth. I believe you could actually get those as a drop from the final raid of the Burning Crusade. But only like rogues and maybe rangers could equip them. It was really fucking narrow. Wasn't a huge fan. Gorehowl, Doomhammer, and then you could actually make sulfuras in game. I never really got any of these. The only I got an epic weapon as a group invited me. I think through Frankie, a group invited me into a raid, and from the first boss or something, an epic hammer dropped. I was playing a Fury Warrior, and the hammer wasn't any good for me, and it looked stupid. It was like pink or something, but it was the only one I had, so I carried it around proudly and got mocked in game for using it. But, whatever. Okay, Chronicles of Azeroth. Or what is it? Yeah, Azeroth. Azeroth, what the fuck? So you have the timeline. All of this information kind of comes out as you play. If you want to kind of follow the quest chains and read through everything, the history is all there in-game. But it's really cool that they have it now kind of in this book. You have the Titans and the Old Gods. You have Sargeras, Archimon, Kil'jaeden, the Burning Legion. Man, when the Burning Crusade came out and you go to that first area, I believe it was like the Hellfire Steps or something. Let me just quickly flip back to a map of Tempest Keep. Oh, they don't really show it on you. When you go to that first area and there's like the demons walking around and everything, it's terrifying. And you look up and shit's floating in the air and stuff. It was just amazing at the time. War of the Ancients. Ner'zhul, Gul'dan. Of course, in the Warcraft movie, you see Gul'dan at the very beginning. The First and Second War. Third War, which comes after the Second War. Then we have the Ascension of the Lich King. Arthas is one of the greatest, I'm going to say one of the greatest Warcraft characters. But if you read the novel, Arthas, Rise of the Lich King, he's one of the greatest fantasy characters as well. You don't need to know a lot about World of Warcraft to enjoy that book. And you find out his motivation, how he actually becomes the Lich King. And then, like, I never got to do the raid at the end of Wrath of the Lich King. Sorry, where you actually kill the Lich King. However, again, with power creep, I have defeated the Lich King using my Dwarven Rogue solo, because it's really not that hard when you're such a high level. But, yeah, like, just a phenomenal story. And I highly recommend anyone watching this video, go and watch the Wrath of the Lich King cinematic that they released to promote the game, because it is one of the greatest things you are ever going to see. I'm going to put a link to the Wrath of the Lich King cinematic in the description below this video, because it's phenomenal. Like, all the cinematics are great. Don't get me wrong. All the cinematics that they have released to promote the upcoming expansions are great, but the Wrath of the Lich King one is far above the rest of them. I think followed closely by Mists of Pandaria. Okay, Arthas Manethil, the Lich King. Oh my lord, was this the finest expansion for World of Warcraft. I had so much fun running around Northrend, doing dungeons with my friends. Oh, I can't even begin to explain, unless you were actually playing it at the time of release, how satisfying the quest chains were, and learning the story, and just kind of exploring. It's I know I sound like a super nerd, but this was a huge part of my life for so many years. Illidan Stormrage. There is a novel called Illidan where you learn about how he creates the Demon Hunters, which was a new class to, I believe, Legion, the expansion Legion. Demon Hunter's really cool. I played one for a little bit. Not really my playstyle, though, but really great opening. The Brother of Malfurion, another amazing character in the game. Then we have the Wrath of the Lich King. Deathwing. Deathwing was the main villain in Cataclysm. I never actually got into Cataclysm. I only played it after Warlords of Draenor came out, and then I went back and played through some of the Cataclysm things. What I did appreciate about Cataclysm was how they changed some of the regions. So a region that was formerly desert was now flooded. Things like that. I thought it was really cool in that respect. Never did the dungeons, the raids, or anything like that, so I can't really talk to... I heard that Cataclysm kind of dumbed down the game. It wasn't as well received as some of the others. The Invasion of Pandaria. Wow, did I think this was a stupid premise until I played it. And Mists of Pandaria was cool. If you played as a Pandarian, unlike Horde or Alliance, at the end of your starting zone, you got to choose which side you wanted to be on. So the Alliance had some Pandarians and the Horde had some Pandarians. That was really cool. That was a really cool kind of feature where they gave the player the choice of which side they wanted to be on. This was where in the lore, Anduin becomes the king of Stormwind. He in the game, I believe he's a priest. And in the book that talks about the trial of Garrosh Hellscream, you find out that he had actually been tortured by Garrosh. It was really cool. The prison of Yog Saron, so they kind of brought in a little bit of Cthulhu madness to there. Okay, so the Alliance. The Alliance has humans, dwarves, gnomes, night elves. These were the original races you could be. With the Burning Crusade, they introduced the Draenei. And then with Cataclysm, they introduced the Worgen. The Worgen are a really cool race. And I love their starting zone. It's very gothic horror-esque. The Worgen can actually transform from human to like a werewolf type thing. Out of all of the Alliance races, though, I'm picking Draenei as my favorite. Dwarves is my second favorite just because of their city, Ironforge. Ironforge is so freaking cool to explore. Now, Stormwind got some nice additions to it. Some nice areas and stuff like that, and there's some good quests and stuff. But holy crap, when you go to Ironforge, if you go through the front gate, there's the dwarven statues, or you fly in on the griffin. It's just so cool. Not a fan of the Draenei city, but I love the race. I love the mythology behind the race. I love the starting zone, and they just freaking look cool. Gnomes used Ironforge. Night Elves used the City in the Tree, which was pretty cool. Not bad. Okay, so we have Lordaeron, Elven Kingdom, Varian. There is a whole comic book series. I've never read it. At one point, he loses his memory and goes off, and Stormwind's left without a king. Humans, Jaina Proudmoore. The novel that describes the destruction of Theramore, where Jaina goes ballistic. Awesome. Anduin Wrynn, the new king. Anduin Lothar, Bolvar, Foedragon. All heroes of the Alliance. Even more of them, which is really cool. Stormwind City. Oh, man. Did I have some fun running around Stormwind City. The Council of Three Hammers. This is the Dwarven Council, which is pretty cool. So the Dwarves have Bran Bronzebeard, Magni Bronzebeard. I believe Magni's daughter is kidnapped, and then she becomes the leader of the Dark Dwarves or something. Way too much lore for me to remember. Ironforge. When you go into Ironforge for the first time, either using the Deep Run tram or whatever, and you see just the lava flowing down in the central hub, it's crazy. It is crazy good. Gelban Mechatork, the Gnomeregon. Millhouse Manastorm from I used to play this card in Hearthstone because it was just a random. It was a shit card, but it was fun just to play. Tyrande Whisperwind of the Night Elves. Malfurion Stormrage, really cool. And then you have all of Night Elves. Darnassus, that was the name of the Night Elf city. Darnassus was amazing. Looking upon Darnassus for the first time, because it's a city in the top of a giant tree, and it's just gorgeous. The Prophet Velen, my first legendary card I ever got in Hearthstone, just for the record. Allowed you to double all healing. Didn't help me, but it was still fun. Then you have all the famous Draenei, Akama, yeah. The Exeter, that was the Draenei main city. What a pain in the ass to navigate that place was. Jesus fucking Christ. And then you've got Gen Greymane for the Worgans. The Worgans had cut themselves off from the Alliance for a number of years, and then when Cataclysm, they kind of rejoined or were welcomed back. Gilneas. In Vanilla WoW, there was just a wall where Gilneas was behind, but you could never access it. So I think they always intended for the Worgans to be in there, but they just never got around to, putting them in. Elven Conflict, Night Elves, Blood Elves. Then we have the Horde. The Horde was Orcs, Trolls, Tauren, Forsaken. They were the first 4 playable races. Goblins came in Cataclysm. Blood Elves came in the Burning Crusade. Blood Elves were cool. I did have an Orc character. I had a Forsaken character. Never played a Troll. Never played a Goblin. Blood Elf Mage. Tauren Shaman. Taurens are awesome. Okay. Thrall, one of the most famous characters of all time. Garrosh Hellscream, the biggest prick of all time. But I say that, but he is still a really cool character. So you have Ogrim Doomhammer, Draka, Garona. So many famous orcs from World of Warcraft history. Orgrimmar, man, oh man, is Orgrimmar a cool city to run around in. It is just fun. It's just sheer fun running around Orgrimmar. Bane Bloodhoof. With some famous Taurens. Karen Bloodhoof. Thunderbluff. I like the concept of this city. It's a city, you have to use like elevators to get up to it, and you walk across bridges and stuff, but it could be a pain in the ass to navigate, especially if you're playing World of Warcraft, fucking maggoted off your skull on bourbon. The number of times my character fell, ridiculous. Vol'jin. Vol'jin's character is actually dead now. If I'm not mistaken, and I haven't read the lore or the books, I believe Sylvanas Windrunner murdered Vol'jin. Vol'jin was proclaimed leader of the Horde after Garrosh Hellscream, but Vol'jin is dead, and then Sylvanas became leader of the Horde. Yeah, the Echo Isles. Just Trolls never really spoke to me as a character. There's Sylvanas Windrunner. Undercity is really cool. I really like the concept and design. There was actually a quest. I forget what expansion it was in that allowed you to attack the Undercity as an alliance character. But as a Horde character, the Undercity, it's just wickedly good design. Okay, Lothram Theron. Blood Elves. Now we have Silvermoon City, otherwise known as Penis Town. Why? Because most of the windows look like upside down penises. The starting area of the Blood Elves, I should say, is pretty cool. I do like it, and I do like Silvermoon City. Very well designed starting area. Jester Gallywix of the Goblins. Yeah, this is where they kind of changed an entire realm. Okay, I was interrupted there. I apologize for that. They actually changed Ashara to make it into the kind of goblin starting area. There wasn't a lot there back in the day, but each to their own. The Revenge of Sylvanas. Then we have the Pandarians. Chen Stormstout. So this is where they introduced the monk character class. Pandarians were fun to play. I believe I had a Pandaren shaman because when it came out, I still loved the shaman class so much, and I was collecting. My armor kind of made me look like a bird. Oh god, it was cool. Really, really loved Pandaria. There were some great quests, some great dungeons, very thematic. All in all, I think, even though Wrath of the Lich King is my absolute favorite expansion, I think Mists of Pandaria is definitely second, just for the sheer beauty of the land, the range of enemies that you can be, the different types of dungeons. There's one in a brewery where like the beer has become like these little elementals. Just absolutely fantastic stuff. Heroes and villains. Let's see. The Argent Crusade. Never got enough reputation with them. Or the Knights of the Silver Hand, or the Knights of the Ebon Blade. I was going for Cenarian Circle reputation just to get the Flying Mount, which was like the black hippogriff, or like the winged horse with the black feathers and everything. Didn't bother with the Earthen Ring or the Twilight's Hammer. Scarlet Crusade was a bunch of fuckholes. However, one of the best dungeons in Vanilla WoW. The Scourge. We have all of the kind of heroes and villains from there. And Nubarak. Oh man, that was a wicked dungeon in Wrath of the Lich King. Oh, fighting those giant freaky ass insects. Loved it. Kel'Thuzad was a cool one as well. Ice Crown Citadel. Oh, Wrath of the Lich King. Nothing beat it in that back in the day. The Dragonflights. That was one of the good things about Wrath of the Lich King, is you got to learn more about the different Dragonflights. Alexstrasza of the red. Kalagos of the blue. Ysara of the green. Nosdormo of the bronze. I remember when they introduced the time dungeons, where you could actually go back and participate in things like helping Thrall escape so that he would go on to become the leader of the Horde, which was actually the first time in my experience playing the game. I was doing that dungeon with some friends. And of course, in World of Warcraft, you need a tank, a healer, and then DPS. That's just the way it goes. Tank was usually the fighter, could be the paladin. But this was the first time a druid in bear form acted like the tank. I'd never seen it before. I think it was one of Frankie's friends that was trying it out. And man, it was just so much fun. So much fun. You could also do you could go back with Medivh and do that kind of stuff. Navarian Onyxia. Never fought Onyxia. Coriosraz, okay. The Naga. There was underwater levels, a whole kind of Naga underwater area that you could quest in. I really enjoyed it. Some people have said it was pretty crap. The Naga were very prominent, firstly in the Burning Crusade. They were cool. I really liked the concept. But yeah, there you go. The Elementals, Ragnaros, Alakir, Neptulon, and Thrazan. Okay. Denizens of Azeroth. Ogres. Without a doubt, my all-time favorite enemy to fight, just questing around and adventuring, because they were so fucking easy to kill. Loved just going in there and slaughtering ogres. Gnolls, the most famous gnoll being Hogger. Quillbores, the Naru, pretty cool. The Satyrs, Trogs sucked. Murlocs, love or hate. It's funny when you hear them go, but, you know, whatever. Magnetor, Centaurs, okay. Quiraji. I wasn't a part of the Anchorage, the opening of the gates of Anchorage. That was a huge kind of event that they had. I wasn't playing at the time, or I stopped playing for a little bit. I don't really remember why I didn't participate in that, but go and look at videos online because it was really cool. Back when they would kind of lead up to an expansion. Tonka. Oh, the vehicle from Wrath of the Lich King. Wow! Was that an awesome area to adventure in. Tuskar, the Ethereals from Burning Crusade. Really cool. Furbolgs. Grovekeeper. Wildkin. The Wolver. Harpies, annoying. Okay. Hosen, annoying. Mogu. Kobold. Arakoa, really cool. Reminds me of the Skeksis. Yeah, okay. The Firelands. And then we get kind of behind the scenes stuff of early kind of Warcraft. Wrath, Cataclysm, Mists of Pandaria. I remember when these came out. We have some of the books. That is a great novel. Vol'jin Shadows of the Horde, some card game stuff, the World of Warcraft community, and then the index. So, all in all, a pretty comprehensive guide up to and including Mists of Pandaria. I just want to thank everyone who watched this video for letting me indulge in my World of Warcraft nerdgasm. If you enjoyed the video, if you've played World of Warcraft, have any good experiences with the game, leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, follow us with all the stuff at the end of the video. But most importantly, stay safe. I'll see you in the next one. Oh, read a fucking book, people.